They're making it. They always would make it look because this is the biggest success Eminem has ever had. Of course, it's 50 Cent being on Shady Records. Now, I know it's crazy to see that he was outselling Eminem. That's what wasn't supposed to happen, ladies and gentlemen. 50 Cent was not supposed to come into the door and start outselling Eminem off debut album. Not to say that he was upset about it. They loved it. But here's the factors. And this picture is so telling. The people that got rich off of it are the two people that's to his left and right. They were making a ton of money off 50 Cent sales. Millions. Now, when you start looking back at the deal, it was one of the worst deals that you could get at that time. But you're going to be working with Eminem and Dr. Dre, and you got basically the machine of Interscope and Jimmy Iovine. So if you got the machine behind you, they're going to be working for you. You're going to get first responses. And when you're working at a record company and you're their main, like everybody comes to you, you got 3, 4 guys coming to you whenever you snap your fingers. They want to keep you happy. So that's the main goal, is to keep you satisfied, keep you on the up and up, on the even kill. They want you to be alert at all times. They want you to be focused. They're going over plans and ideas. And they say, hey, this is your production assistants. You got all these people gravitating to you at the company. But the moment you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing as far as being an artist, or your records start to not sell anymore, all of a sudden when you snap your hands, nothing's happening. You wondering why people ain't getting back to you. They taking 2 and 3 days, telling you they was busy. When they get to the point with telling you they was busy, people that's supposed to be working for you, get to the point where they could tell you, oh, we were just busy. There's a problem. Now, one of the main things in a company is you're going to see revolving heads. And the problem here was in the beginning stages when Dre got involved. A lot of people think Dre got involved because they didn't want to see Eminem fail. This was not necessarily true. They said, in order for this to happen, we don't want Eminem to get the backlash because people love 50 Cent in New York. East Coast love 50 Cent. Here's a guy, Eminem, and his raps and what he does compared to what everyone else does as far as hip hop is different than what 50 Cent does. It's like night and day. His version of hip hop and what 50 Cent do is like gangster rap. So it's like, to put that with Eminem, it's like, will this hurt 50? They see 50 on some popcorn, D12 type stuff. This might not work out. So, and this could backfire on Eminem's career as far as the people saying, you ruined 50 Cent. We loved him. So, Eminem, out of panic, went up to Dr. Dre. Because he was like, yeah, man, I don't want to get that, and have that on my conscience, that I messed this up. So he wanted Dre to come on board. Because now you got a guy who was in NWA. This is Dre. So now Dre is with it. So he was willing to let Dre come on in and get his 25 off. Like, I split it with you. I'm splitting my percentage with you just so you can come on in. Because I can't do this on my own. So Dre just standing next to 50 was the stamp of approval. And you would think Dre produced all the records when he did not. Dre hardly produced any record for 50 Cent. He did maybe like, you might get one or two Dr. Dre songs, period. So, but the look of it was like Dr. Dre is doing the production. And Dre, everything he did for 50 was like, that was out the door. But the image on how they were going to sell 50 Cent, Dre wanted him to wear sunglasses. He was like, if we get him some shades, he was like, I'm thinking like he come in like the Terminator. 50 Cent got the 50 Cent, the leather jacket and something on the back. He don't need a shirt. He always got his shirt off. So it's like, you see how he got like the pistol strap like the police officer. He'll have on one of those with like a leather jacket on the back and say 50 Cent on like a 50 Cent piece. It's got 50 Cent up there. They was doing all these different concepts on what 50 should look like. And Fifth was like laughing when they were coming up with these ideas because he's like, nah, man. He's like, there's no way nobody would go with that. He's like, as soon as I come out the side looking like that, my career's over. Dre, if I wear something like that, if I don't come out wearing what I'm wearing right now, see how I'm wearing this tank top and this baseball hat? If I ain't got this New York hat on and that tank top on my first release, or if I ain't wearing that do-rag, anything that I've done prior, it's over. The moment I come out and start doing bubble gum, from the first thing out the door, the fans, you can't cheat the fans. They know. They know right away. But Dre had ideas. I don't know where you get these damn sunglasses from. You gonna be like the Terminator. You gonna terminate the rap game. You coming in and see you in this leather jacket with the 50 Cent on the back. And some sunglasses. Even Il was laughing about it because he thought that was a ridiculous idea. And Il was laughing. He kept bringing that up. Yeah, you gonna be a Terminator. Terminate the game. So when they first brought him in, they actually had a meeting to discuss Ja Rule and Murder Inc. Now, M wanted to make sure, like, they was like, we can't get into no East Coast, West Coast. We already went into all that nonsense, all this beef. We lost Biggie and Pac over that nonsense. And we don't need that coming back around. So we ain't gonna even entertain that because you don't need it. And that's what Dre was like trying to point out. Like, you're an artist, man. You can make hit records, so you don't need it. So when the album was in the stages of being done, they had so many songs already recorded to the point where when 50 was coming and he was hungry and had all these records, and they was like, man, dude, you can make hit records. That's a hit. That's a hit right there. Like, you don't need to even talk about them. And he wasn't. 50 Cent biggest records, and this is what people don't understand to this day. Because they was like, man, he got popular by dissing Ja Rule. Listen, 50 Cent, best records, does not even include any dissing. In the Club, 21 Questions, Candy Shop, none of these records were diss records. That's why on the album, the only song they put on there was Back Down. That was the only Ja Rule diss record on there. Because that song came later during the recording process, because Ja's bragging in there how he took him out and he threatening Eminem, like, if you authorize 50 Cent to come at me, I'm going to come at you and your whole company. If you authorize 50 Cent to do this and that. So they kept bragging, yeah, man, that's why I stabbed him up, and did all this. They're trying to ruin the money before 50 Cent even come out. And they had told Fifth don't say nothing. So Fifth was like, oh man, they trying to do it again. They've been sabotaging my career. Everywhere and anything I tried to do, they tried to destroy it. Now, any other record company, they would have been in panic because Ja's already established as an artist, multi-million-dollar selling artist. They don't want to cause any waves. So if Fifth went anywhere else, he might not have had this type of understanding. But by Eminem and Dre being artists in the game, and really understanding the process of what goes on in a rapper's mind, especially Eminem, know what's happening when somebody's dissing you, and to tell somebody they can't respond. M was like, man, dude, man, do it. If you want to do it, I'm with you. Do it. Do it. Because, he's basically saying he going to take us down. What? Is he stupid? All right. If he feels like he's at that level, then I would battle Ja Rule any day of the week. Eminem was like, he's like, I really was shocked to hear Ja say something like that. Eminem was shocked to hear it, but he's like, man, he keeps bragging about how he stabbed you. Man, you know what? Let him have it. Let him have it. So he basically just did Back Down, but he had better disses before that, over the whole incident with them. So yeah, they were, man, messing up the marketing. They were trying to do everything they could. So yeah, the three-headed monster. Well, that's what happens when you have people involved that don't really understand the music process and that it is a process. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the page, hit that notification bell. We ain't just saying it to say it. Make sure that your phone can get notifications. Have it turned on, please. I'm not understanding the process. I'm not. I'm having a very hard time or difficult time understanding how this process is working because these are three different type of energies. Eminem and Dre and 50 Cent. Like all three are pretty much like recluses. That's but they all have different energies. Like Fifth will go out when it's time to go out to do something, but he's mostly a recluse. Dre, he's always on another island doing some work. and you never see Dre. Eminem don't go outside at all. He moved back to Detroit because Cali, there was too many eyes on what he's doing. So you got three recluses got to come together to make music for you. So that's normally how it went down, man. And the whole process, I just thought it was funny. I thought it was real funny. Dre wanting 50 Cent to wear leather coats and sunglasses and be the Terminator of hip hop. That's funny. I see 50 coming out with the sunglasses, taking them off and rapping. That's funny. That is real funny. So, yeah, we got a lot of hip hop moments we could talk on, but yeah, that's funny. Um, yeah, I see people are talking about the Son Campbell situation and all that and wanting me to say something. Yeah, I seen that. But yep, my cash app is Carcino, Karceno, and God bless everybody, and we are out.